All right, there we go. All right, guys. So I'm going to give you sort of a preview of what I'm going to talk about tomorrow night. And it's like the acronym that I came up for this speech is ACE, right? So action, compressing time, and execution. And that's what I'm really going to address tomorrow night, because if you consider what we've done in the last 18 months, 17 and change, really, like going from brand new in the business on August 8th of 2022 to full ownership last week. We were the fourth fastest in company history to do it. So the fourth fastest in 47 plus years. That's kind of nuts, right? And so people are blowing me up from like all over the country. I have no idea who they are. Man, it's amazing. How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it? And the craziest thing is we just work. Like if you're a part of Redline, you know that we work more than probably anybody else. We have more appointments than anybody else. We have more activity than anybody else. And so I ask people all the time, well, I'm just working. What are you doing? Right. And that's it. So this is going to be like awkward for a split second, right? On purpose. And it's to prove a point, right? I only get 10 minutes tomorrow night. So in 10 minutes, I want you to think about those 10 minutes and like extrapolate that as if it were 10 years, right? And this goes to compressing timeframes, because 15 seconds in that 10-minute speech is like 3 months when you take it out to 10 years. So watch this, right? A little awkward, right? Nothing going on, no activity, crickets. That was 15 seconds. Would you agree that if I only get 10 minutes on stage tomorrow night and I do that for 15 seconds, I might have wasted some of my time? Probably. But when you start thinking about that amount of time and take it out to 10 years, I just wasted 3 months, 91 days. It's actually 91.25 if you want to get really specific, right? I just wasted 91 days and 6 hours. And so now when we start talking about compressing timeframes, we've done in 18 months what some people take 18 years to do, or never do it all. And that starts with action. There's a little book. Most of you probably never seen it before. It's called The Message to Garcia, right? It was written in 1899. Let me double check just to make sure. Just to make sure. Where'd it go? Well, this one was published in 1899. In this book, it's written about just like a fictitious character during the Mexican-American War. President McKinley needed someone to get a message to Garcia, right? He was the leader of the like revolutionary tribe that we were trying to like get on our side, right? Against the Cubans. Or he was one of the Cubans. Anyway, doesn't matter. The whole point was he said, I need to get a message to Garcia, right? The guy that came to do it took the letter, put it in his knapsack, sailed away, crossed the jungle over 3 weeks, delivered the message, came out on the other side, and we had them on our side, right? The whole point of that is when you think about it and take that to like a business perspective, right? If you have an employee and you said, hey, I need you to go get a message to Garcia, right? Are they going to say, well, which Garcia? How do I get there? Where is he? When should I leave? What should I drive? Should I fly? The whole point is I don't need to tell you those things. All I need you to do is take the damn message to Garcia. Do you want me to tell you those things? Do you want me to micromanage the shit out of you? Because I don't want to do that. And most people don't want to be micromanaged, right? And so when you think about it that way, guys, are you action oriented or are you question biased? I don't know. I would argue that most people are the latter. Most people are sprung loaded to, well, just tell me what you want me to do. Just 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 tell me exactly what to do and I'll do it. That's great. You're going to be an employee for the rest of your life. That's cute. I want the person that I say, hey, I need this done. And they're like, yep, I got it. When do you need it done? Because I'll get it done. And if I have some problems along the way, I'll ask you. Much better. Right. So action oriented. When I came into the business, I told Andy, I said, I'm going to run fast and break shit. Quote. I said, you're going to have to put me back in my box. He's like, all right. I don't think he realized what I actually meant. And he'll tell the story, right? Like he gave me a couple people to train. I went out, started closing stuff, and he was like, damn it, I was gonna close that. No, beat me to it. He started to get mad about it, and then he was like, oh, I got one. Finally, somebody's gonna do it, right? So action oriented. Take action. Go knock it out. Just go do the damn thing, right? I don't care if you fail. If if you're in the business and you have a bias for action and you're going to go do something and you screw it up, that's okay, right? We can call Platinum and they can fix the app. I can call home office and say sorry for something that you did wrong. It's okay. And everybody at home office is more than willing to like bend over backwards to make whatever you screwed up correct. Is it going to take a little bit? Maybe. Who cares? Right? Are they going to reject the app if you screw it up? Yep. And then we'll just do it again. Don't care. I literally don't care. I would rather have someone that's willing to go fail forward versus, well, I just need to know everything before I can do anything. Do you realize how ridiculous that sounds? How many people have you guys dealt with that sit on the sidelines and they're like, oh man, this is amazing. I can't wait to get started as soon as I know everything. Dude, you ain't never going nowhere because you're never gonna know everything. And let's be honest, if you're brand new and just working on getting your life license, do you need to know everything? No. Think about your job, where you work now, or if you don't work now, where you last worked. When you started that job, did you know anything about anything? No. But did you not come to work because you didn't know what the hell you were doing? No, you showed up because you showed up, punched in, and got a freaking paycheck. This is no different, but people think for some reason that it is. No different. If you don't show up and go to work, you're never going to learn anything. 99% of what you're going to learn is on the job training. We call it field training. Maybe we should start calling it on the job bonuses. I don't know, but God bless. But that's exactly what it is. People hear field training and then it doesn't register. I'm probably going to just start calling it on the job training, like on the job bonuses, because that's where you learn. Truly, that is truly where you learn. Which takes me to the last thing, execution, right? Execution is worshipped. And if you don't understand that yet, go listen to Eric Thomas. Right? Hunters hunt, guys, and the execution is worshipped. And I know that term, like, it might bristle some people because you're like, well, only God deserves worship. You're correct, right? In that sense, 100%. When I say that, I'm using Eric Thomas's words, like execution is worship, because people put that stuff on a pedestal, and you have to be careful to avoid like allowing yourself to be put on a pedestal, because at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, like, I still don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. How can I? I've only been doing it for 18 months. I know enough to be really, really dangerous, right? Because now people think that I really know what I'm. I sat down with a guy. I went to the office yesterday here in Tampa. We had one of the Franklin Templeton reps come in and lunch and, learn, whatever you want to call it. And Dave Harris, the guy that runs the RVP training center, has been in Primerica for 27 years. 27 years. And I sat down. Well, he came in and he saw me. He's like, holy, Noah's here? Holy crap. And I'm like, well, yeah. You said all the securities license guys should come and learn. That's me. I'm securities licensed and I want to learn. So he comes and sits next to me and he's like, I got to sit next to you, man, because I've never seen anything like it. Cool. Appreciate that. I don't know what you're talking about, but cool. Like, what are you doing? 27 years in the business. What are you doing? Whatever Andy tells me to do. I don't know. Do you run a play when your coach calls a play? Because I do. Period. What? Why would I do anything else? And if you're letting anything come into your brain about the business besides Andy or one of us, the only other people that you're really allowed to listen to are Ian Pruckner, Hector Lamarck, Bill Arender, and at the end of the day, Art Williams. And if you're really listening to anybody else, we have a problem. Because everything that we do in Redline was built and polished and reiterated around those precepts. Think about the lineage that you guys come from in the Redline hierarchy, right? Andy, Ian. Ian was the fastest to 1,000,000 at his time. The Relentless hierarchy was the fastest to $1,000,000 a year in their time. Now let's go up another level. Mario, the A&D family, right? Arizona Nation Domination. That's what A&D is. If any of you have been wondering why we all have like A&D next to our names on the scoreboards and stuff. Mario was the youngest to 1,000,000 in his time. Abby will break it. Guaranteed. No qualms about that. That's going to happen. Right? So Ian was the fastest to 1,000,000 in his time with the Relentless system, best prize system, all of those things, right? Now, Andy trained under and was mentored by Ian and Jessica Pruckner. Guess who's the fastest to 1,000,000 now? Redline. Crazy. And then when you keep going with that lineage, we go back to Bill Arender, the very first RVP to ever leave Georgia and branch out on his own, because he was ready for a promotion, but Art said, hey, Bubba, I love you. We ain't got no room. They were only doing one RVP a year in the beginning. And so Art told Bill, like, if you want it, pick a place, throw a dart up the map, and go plant your flag and run. And Bill packed up his entire family with no money. Like, they didn't get like a moving severance, right? Like, Art said, hey, good luck. stay and be comfortable and not an RVP, or bet on yourself. Bet on yourself, man. Like, if there's not a more like powerful phrase for someone that's action oriented and is willing to just go execute, bet on yourself. I knew that I would never work for anyone ever again when in my first month licensed, I made almost 10 grand. And I was like, what in the actual is going on? Is this legal? How? What? And the realization that hit me was that in 20 years of professional service in the Army, as an officer, as a pilot, right? As a special ops guy, I had never been paid for the value that I brought to the organization. I had never been paid in a direct correlation to how good I was at my job. I was just purely paid for how long I had been in and what rank I was at. That was it. That was it. Right. And I was better than most of those other jabronis. Like, just the pure fact of being in special ops aviation, like there's only like that many of us. Right. And so, yeah, didn't matter. I got the same paycheck as the other idiot that just showed up to work, could barely sharpen a pencil, and then went home, and that was it. Right. Here's a fun one for you. Like, what do you do to your favorite mule? Right. If you got like a pack mule or a donkey or whatever, and he's carrying stuff for you, what do you do to the strongest one? You put more stuff on him because he can carry more stuff. You put the heaviest load. So guess what your reward is for being really, really good in an organization that doesn't pay based on like value add? You just give that person more shit to do because they're the ones that are going to get it done. Bill Arender called me the other day. We were having a conversation, which in and of itself is weird to say out loud, right? But he goes, man, no, I don't know how you're doing it. You work, you're doing all this. You guys are really like so successful. He's like, what? I was like, honestly, Bill, I've found that people in Primerica that are literally the busiest do the best. You know why? Because they don't make any damn excuses and they only have so much time to execute. If I only gave you 3 hours a day to work your Primerica business, what would you do with it? Because some of you sit around for 13 hours a day thinking that you're working for 13 hours, but you're not. Go back and self-examine. And then go execute. Because that's part of the problem is I'll get to that. I'll get to it. No, you won't. No, you won't. If it ain't on the calendar or there's not a date associated with it, it ain't happening because it ain't real. So for those of you that are here right now that haven't scheduled your life exam yet, what are you waiting on? If you haven't scheduled your SIE or your 6 or your 63, or if you're like me, you're 26, I'm scheduling it today. I haven't even cracked the damn book yet. I'm scheduling the exam. You know why? Because if I don't schedule the damn thing, I'm not going to prioritize it. And it ain't real. Because I'll just keep going, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. And you know what I won't do? I won't fucking get to it. Because it ain't real. What do you tell your new people when they come in? And If there's kids around, I'm sorry, I'll stop. What do you tell your new people when they come in about their life license? Schedule it. 7 days. Get through your curriculum, right? Some of us are hypocrites. Period. Because if you're telling your people to do it and you're not willing to do it, ain't happening. And if you think people won't see through that, give them 3 minutes. One of the things we tell people all the time, I would never ask you to do something that I haven't done myself, period. Anything we ask any of you to do, we've done. Hands down, period. Like no questions asked, right? Make a post, ask for shares, set appointments, schedule your exam. If you're not willing to do it, how can you as a leader be willing to ask someone to go do it? Ain't happening, right? Ain't happening. So that was sort of like the roundabout talk I'm gonna give tomorrow night. I gotta refine it, but that's where we're going with it, right? What's crazy too is I sat down with a dude he works out of the training center over on Del Mabry where like our offices are, right? So if you ever look at your like office location and it says 14497 Del Mabry, blah, 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 right? Well, that's a real place. I was there yesterday. He's been in Primerica for like 17, 18 years. He wasn't going to come to the training yesterday at lunch. He goes, dude, I don't come to these. I don't come to these. And he goes, you know what? He's like, my wife saw you comment that you were showing up and she said, you're going to lunch. And she said, you're going because Noah's going. That's crazy to me. And we sat down and had a conversation because I showed up early. I thought one of my other buddies, Dan Romai, was going to be there, but he didn't get there till later. So ran into Rob and we sat down and had a conversation. We just started talking for 20, 30 minutes. Proximity matters, guys. Proximity matters. You have to put yourself in places to be around other successful people. If your circle includes people that aren't about self-improvement and moving up, you need a new circle. And if you're the smartest and highest earning person in your circle, you need a new circle. Might make you feel good. That ain't it. You have to put yourself around other people that are like-minded. Because if you don't, people are going to drain you. They're going to suck the freaking life out of you. I promise, right? He pulled up his like crazy spreadsheet thing that he had that tracks all of their like activity, and it's an old Relentless product. And he's like, do you guys use this? And I was like, no, I've never seen that before. I've heard of it, I've never seen it. And we started talking about like closing rates, right? And he's like, yeah, I mean, our numbers have been okay, like, building back up the base. He's had 3 RVPs before. They all quit. They're back to just their regular base, right? Which is an interesting perspective, right? Whoever, like, if you think the people that you have right now are going to be the people that you have forever, no. The people that got you here are not the people that are going to get you there. You're always going to need new people. But here's the crazy thing. He goes, yeah, we're, according to the metrics, we're like 48% closers. I was like, all right, well, we've got some room for improvement there, but like, tell me about your metrics. And I said, because data is great, but like, I need qualified data. Like, I need to know what we're working with, because if it's garbage in, it's garbage out. He's like, well, it tracks every type of appointment and then the close. And whether it closed or resulted in something. I was like, okay, so you're talking like recruits, you're talking life, securities, all of it. He's like, yeah, all of it. I was like, okay, well, he's like, hot market, warm market, cold market. I was like, well, back up, hold on. Like you're talking like you're equating cold market, like essentially like cold calls into into your like closing data? Because that's wild to me. Like, why would you do that? Like, that person's probably just gonna ghost you just because you set an appointment with some rando off the internet. Like, maybe. I would at least keep that maybe in its own category. And then the other thing he said, or the other thing I asked him was like, what about somebody with no money? No money. Zero. I don't got 2 nickels to rub together. What can you do for me? Not a damn thing. Enjoy your day. I said, this is a mindset thing for you and your leaders. I was like, if somebody has no money and you run an appointment, whether it's a recruit, life app, security, whatever, can you close it? Is it closable? Put in the Zoom chat. Do you think that can be closed? If someone has no money, can we exchange value? Can there be a transaction of goods or services? No. I said, so could you have even closed it if you wanted to? And he said, no. I said, okay, back to qualified data, because I'm going to go on a limb and say you're probably closing at a much higher rate than you actually realize. And all you're doing is beating yourself down because you think you suck. Sound familiar? Anybody? Am I speaking to anybody today? Guys, like you have to be able to understand and separate, like, yes, you got on the appointment. Yes, you didn't close. Okay, let's evaluate. Roll back to your trainer, right? And if you're brand new in the business and you're not rolling back and talking to your trainer after every single appointment, you should be. And if they're not available, like, you need to keep notes and then have some sort of like recap with them. But if you go on 2 in a row for sure and don't close, you need to like stop, drop, and roll immediately and quit, because y'all about to burn down a market. Knock it off, because you're doing something wrong, unless you're in a bad market and nobody got any money. If they walk away and like, yeah, that's amazing, we see the value, see what you guys do, we just don't have any money. Okay, great. Well, let's take a look and see if maybe we can save you some money. Is that something you'd be open to taking a look at? Can we help you with that? If someone tells you they have no money and you offer to help them save money, are they likely to say no to you? I would hope not, right? But a guy 18 years almost in the business is using metrics and is using data that is inaccurate, which goes back to the mindset side of this business, which is one of the most important things, period. Because like mental resilience in this business is one of the things that separates the people that continue and stay in the grind and the people that just quit. This is not an easy business. If anyone came into any new business and started building a new business and thought it was going to be easy, you're disillusioned. Period. Nobody ever said it would be easy, right? They said it'd be worth it. There's a difference, right? Wendy, you can unmute yourself. What was your cash flow last month? You're muted.
We talking February or March?
Whatever. February, the big one.
The big one.
Yeah.
I did 20.
20K. Has it been easy?
No.
No. Was it worth it?
Absolutely.
When I told you as soon as you make RVP, you're going to change your family's future forever, was I right?
Yes, you were. Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
Guys, there's no way around it. Thank you, Wendy. There's no way around it. I love Jessica Powers' story. Right? This business is a direct correlation to what you're willing to put into it and how much you can endure the suck. And that's what it comes down to. Can you get punched in the face and keep coming back for more? I don't know. How tough are you? The business will find out. Because if you're willing to endure it, you're going to learn a lot. And not just about business, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. The self-improvement plan with a paycheck, that is not wrong. That is so true. Because self-development matters. Daily improvement matters, right? Watch this. Does anyone know how much better at the end of the year you will get if you just improve 1% every day? So 1.01, no, not 01, 01, God bless, right? With a little carrot times 300, and, well, not times, but like to the power of 365. Okay, that's going to have an equal sign on it. And then let's just say you get 0% better every day, but you go through the same year. You're like, oh, 1%. No, it can't be that big of a deal, right? It can't be that big of a deal to just be improving myself daily and working on skills, and skills pay the bills. Everybody says it, but that can't really be that true, right? Where are my math magicians? Who knows the answer to the second question? What's 1.00 to the power of 365? Anybody know? Put in Zoom chat. Somebody knows. Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's getting their calculators. Oh my God, I don't know. All right, y'all take too long.
360.
It ain't 365, Wendy.
Oh, it's not times. Sorry.
It's not times. It's to the power of, right? I don't have the little like thing. I can't break it out, but to the power of. Now, does anybody know what 1.01 to the power of 365 is? It's drastically different. It's 37. Nope, it's not 0.98. How could it get smaller, girl? Come on now. Y'all don't be doing math. We need to get your math skills up. All right, 1.01 to the power of 365, exponentially increasing. 37 times better. 1% better every day. Can I track 1% for you personally? Absolutely not. You can, and you know at the end of the day whether you put it in or not. But I promise you that if you're willing to go for a year with consistent self-improvement and consistent self-development, who wants to be 37 times better next year than they are right now? Can you even fathom 37 times better? I don't think you can. Because it starts getting really, really ridiculous. But it's compounding, guys. It ain't that different than the rule of 72 that we teach people. Exponential growth is madness. It's the multiple. At the end of the day, it all comes back to the simple principle of 3 that got 3 that got 3 that got 3 never failed. It's distribution. It's exponential distribution. It's madness. So 1% better every day matters. But only you can prevent forest fire. No, I'm just kidding. Only you know if you're actually doing the freaking work or not, right? Because when you see someone close, or you see like a income milestone, or everybody's super happy, right? You watch a professional athlete, they win a championship. They think winning the championship was happened, or like happened on the field. Bullshit. Winning that championship started 20 years ago. All the work done in the dark, after hours, when everybody else went home, right? Kobe was a relentless competitor, probably one of the greatest competitors ever, right next to like MJ, right? Just loved to win. Like that hunger to compete and win, like I can't teach you that. I can't. But how many Kobe's are there? How many Michael Jordans were there? Right? There's only so many people that get even put in a conversation of a GOAT. But you don't have to be the greatest of all time in this business to be successful. And that should be like just a buoying concept. Like that you don't have to be the best. Go back to your why. Why the hell did you come into the business? Most people came in to make an extra $500 a month. And then when you make an extra $500 a month, you're pissed because you're not making 50 because you see it. And that's okay. Let that hunger like help you move to that next level and get to this 1% better every day. All right. Let's get rid of this. Where's my eraser? All right. One more real quick concept, and then we'll move into some questions. 20-60-20 rule. Besides my people, who knows what 20-60-20 means? If you know, you can unmute yourself. We can just talk about it really quick. Does anybody know? Has anybody besides Atlas or Vision heard 20-60-20 before? Tiffany, you have? Tell me, what do you know?
20% won't move forward, 20% will, 60% in the middle, may or may not, depends on overcoming objections generally.
Depends on your skills, right? Okay, so this is, again, I know it's early. I'm not going to make you do any math. This is a math concept, right? This is probability and statistics. Don't laugh at my normal distribution curve. It sucks. I'm using a mouse, right? So statistics, right? So 20% over here, these people are just grumpy curmudgeons. They don't want anything. You could offer them the cure for cancer for free. They're not taking it. 20% over here, like these people are super happy, right? Those are your mom, your aunt. They're like, you sold Girl Scout cookies. They're buying 10 boxes. They love you. And so we got your grumpy, nobody wants anything. These people are buying everything. So these ones are going to move forward kind of no matter what. These people probably never, right? Here in the middle are 60% of people that could kind of go either way, right? They're like wishy-washy. So like if they had to be like a face, right, they'd be like this guy, like, they're sort of indifferent. That looks really bad, I know. But here's the takeaway. If you know that 20% are probably going to move forward regardless, 60% are on the fence. Well, I would say that you should be closing all of this, which means on average, you should be roughly an 80% closer. But this piece in the middle, that's your 1% every day. Because right there in the middle at that 60% is where your skills pay the bills. And if you're not improving, you ain't getting the 60%. That's where you getting into teachable and you being on more and more and more appointments matters, right? Your on the job training bonus matters because the more clients you see your field trainer deal with in the beginning, the more scenarios you'll have seen. So if you get that person that's like, oh, I just want to know everything before I go do anything, perfect. You don't have to do anything. You can show up and smile and nod and learn, right? Awesome. I'm going to do all the work. You're going to make an on-the-job training bonus while we field train. And the more of those we do, the more prepared you're going to be because the more scenarios you're going to see. We say the same thing every time, but every client gets a vote, right? Every client's different. And so the more clients we get in front of, the more you're going to learn. Who can we get in front of today? Right? So in the Zoom chat, if you're coming to the builder school this weekend and you haven't earned the in-person coaching with Ian, put it in the Zoom chat. Because Andy just released it last night and 1 app. Is there anybody coming that hasn't earned coaching with Ian? Haley, are you coming? Tiffany, you're coming. 1 app, guys. What are you waiting on? 1 app. Like today, right now. 1 app. This is where Jennifer and Matt, 1 app. Work from anywhere, right? You're in the airport, I don't care. Get on the phone. Power of 1 more. If you are coming here and you miss in-person coaching with Ian, you're going to miss a 3-hour session with Ian Pruckner. You're freaking crazy. You need to light a fire under your butt right now and get that done. Period. You got 24 hours and 18 minutes. You got more than enough time. Oh, by the way, leadership, right? Andy said any field trainer that closes, the trainee and the trainer get to go. So come on, that's huge. That's 2 people for sure that are coming that need to be there. Go figure that out. Go prove to yourself that you can hustle, right? Fortune's in the follow-up. I know you guys have clients that said they were going to sit down before. I know you have agents that were around, saw value in the business, walked away. Call them. Watch this. You want to see a little fun trick? Hold on. Let me pull it up because my POL I'm sure has like timed out on me. It's 37 times by now. Everybody knows people that came into the business and then just decided not to move forward and quit, right? They left, they bounced. In Recruit Tracker, at some point, you likely moved them into the not interested category. Am I right? Because you're just sick of seeing their like idiot name in your lineup. And you're like, go away. I'm sick of seeing you when I look at field training stuff, right? Go into your Recruit Tracker, guys. Pull that thing up and go into your not interested folder and look for all of the knuckleheads that you've got sitting in there that quit the business but are still paying for their POL. Watch this. Let's see. I'm gonna call some of these beautiful people today, just because, right? Watch. All right, so go in. If you click on any of these categories, it'll sort and filter for you, right? So all these people are inactive. Good on you, right? They quit. There's inactive, limited, and full service. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's at least 40, 50. I don't know. Like I'm woof. Woo. Oh my God. I don't even know how many that was. We'll call it 100. Listen, let's just pick this guy. Who's this? I don't even know. She's not interested, right? Hey, Riley, it's Noah, your old regional vice president. How you doing? Awesome. Did you realize that you're still paying for your Primerica online service? It's been almost 2 months since you came in the business. Did you realize that? No, I had no idea. Awesome. I'd like to help you out with that because I mean, if you're gonna pay 25 bucks a month, you should probably be getting something for it. Am I right? Perfect. When you came into the business, like you saw the power of Primerica, you understand kind of what we do. You saw value when you came in. I don't think we got your life insurance or investments or anything taken care of. Like, can we use that 25 bucks you're already spending to like get you something that you're gonna need for the next, I don't know, 35, 40 years? Yeah, perfect. So I want to jump on really quick. I want to help you make your account limited so you're not paying that 25 for a POL service you're not going to use anymore. And then let's just talk about a life app. I mean, I can probably get you at least 150K in coverage for 25, 30, 40 bucks a month. If you're going to be spending it anyway, you should get something, right? Perfect. When can we get on today? Like this morning or this afternoon? Yes, question. Did I just bless somebody's life? I hope, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Guys, get in there. You guys are the Wolfpack. You guys are the producers, not the processors, right? You're the producers. You need to go act like it. What does Andy say all the time? You're the thermostat, not the thermometer. We're not sitting back and just like looking and saying, oh, it's 73. It's pretty comfortable in here. This is nice. Go crank that junk up. You're the thermostat. Get in there and drive the activity. Because ain't nobody gonna do it for you. And if you're not willing to do it, how do you think your people are ever gonna learn? If they don't have something to follow because you're not out front, do you think they're going to move? Not likely. And if they do, they're gonna pass you. And that ain't fun. So get in there, drive the activity. If you don't have one app and you're coming to ECBS, that's a problem because you're gonna miss a couple hours with a legend. If you flew all the way here and all you got was a one-on-one with Ian or like a face-to-face in-person training with Ian, it would be worth it. I promise you. But you're gonna get a full weekend of $1 million plus earners in the business. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that the coaching with Ian at his house after ECBS in January made a difference. It did. Look what we did. Look what we did, guys. We broke every record Primerica's ever had for recruiting and premium. And then we broke the cash because the recipe never changes. You out recruit everyone, out license everyone, out premium everyone, and then you out cash flow everyone. And then you do it again and again and again. And it never changes. But what does it start with? Out recruit everyone. Because once you out recruit everyone, you load the pipeline. Recruiting is your distribution channel. It is your system. You are the Wolfpack. You are the producers. All of your people out there that barely know what the hell they're doing, but they can recruit. They're your processors. They are the ones loading the distribution chain for you. Get in there and drive that thing because you know what's going to happen next. They are going to become a producer, which is what you want to happen. But if you're not ever showing them how to do it, they're never going to do it. And you're going to have a beautiful team of wonderfully nice people that are IBA collectors. And that's gross. Because if you're out there IBA collecting, you're just taking $124 from someone and never showing them how to do it. You got to show them how to do it. So Andy just jumped in. I don't know if Andy's got anything, but
yeah, I tried to stay away from the call for at least 15 minutes this morning because hell has frozen over. And yes, pigs are flying because Noah's actually running a Wolfpack call. So I wanted to make sure I didn't interrupt him. But y'all, I'm super excited. So listen, how many of you guys are fired up if you're coming live in person or not to East Coast Builder School? How many y'alls are fired up about the Builder School? Because even if you're not coming, you need to act like you're going to be here. We got tons of fun stuff going on, tons of stuff packed out. I was telling Noah, you know, I honestly went back and forth whether to Zoom the Ian Proctor thing tomorrow. But I feel like if I were to do that and let everybody get in, it would take away the value of all the people that fought their butts off to be here and earn that. Would y'all agree with me on that? Yes or yes? So we are not going to be Zooming that. We're not going to be streaming that or anything. That is only for live people. So what I did do, Wendy, was I said, well, what about people that maybe weren't in the team, didn't know about it, or whatever? So that's why it's one app. So like, God bless. Y'all are going to come. You've already earned it. I would say at least 80% of all the people coming live in person has already earned that. But even if you have, figure out an effing app to do and get somebody there. We should have 100% attendance. Everybody type in Zoom chat 100. We should have 100% attendance tomorrow morning at that for the Ian thing. It's gonna be absolutely awesome. 3 people typed on. Somebody typed Jordan Foster typed 10 quotation mark. That's exciting. I don't even know what that is. She said 10 to the 100th power. Okay. So yeah, and does anybody have any questions for myself or Noah on the event at all? Raise your Zoom hand, type in the Zoom chat, and then while they're doing that, Noah, you never responded to me. How is you said Evan's fired up, so your son's coming, yeah? So your Evan's fired up for the event. So what parts is he plugging into? Tell everybody about that. How he's fired up and stuff.
He's coming to everything. And so Evan has been sitting in on appointments with me when he can, right? I mean, football and lifting and like busy schedule, but in the evenings, like when he's done and he comes back, like if I have like a 9 o'clock, he'll sit in with me, or even if there's no appointment going on, we come in, like we have conversations, right? And he's seen the power of the business, and so he's like, hey, Dad, like this makes sense. Like I want to do this, and I still want to go to college. And I said, yeah, you are going to college, and you're going to go, and I want you to work on a business and a finance degree, and then as soon as you turn 18, though, you're getting a life license, and we're starting to build your team. And by the time you're 19, you'll probably be a regional vice president. So that, like, guys, like when your kids are raised in this business and they get to that age where they can make that decision for themselves, and they see it and they see the improvement, not just financially, right? Because the money's cute, but my kids have seen a difference and a change in me as a father, as a husband. I am a better person 100%, 360 degrees because of this business. Pure, like because of this business. Part of it is the self-improvement that I've done with myself. A massive part of it is the guy pinned next to me right now, because his coaching along the way has changed me as a person. I am a better person 1,000% because of Andy and Brittany Onsted.
Thanks, man. That's
I mean,
it's weird to hear you say it, but I appreciate that. But you know, some
It's true.
people, oh, you were already that person, dude. I just helped you pull that effer out of there a little faster. And that's the thing with all you guys, right? Like you guys already have everything you need inside of you. I'm not going to get on the Jesus train, but God has already put everything you will ever need inside of you. Your only job is to have the strength and the courage and the faith to pull that shit out of there. You have the strength to stick through it, the faith that's going to happen, the courage not to quit no matter what. That's all it takes. So super excited for this weekend. Y'all get your booties there. I was telling Noah, it's so crazy that our kids have never even been to an event. Their first time at a live Primerica event will literally be in July at convention on stage in front of 70,000 people getting the $1 Million Earner Award. How bananas is that, y'all? The first time ever at a live Primerica event, because they were, like Noah said, they were raising it. And the cool thing is too, we've never talked to them about like, you should do this or whatever, but as you're 100% right, Noah, as they see things change, even Tristan, he's a little introverted, more quiet like his mother, but even he's our oldest, he's 14 now. He's like, well, how hard is it? Like, what is it actually like about? And you see them start asking, because it's the same thing, Noah. It's not about the money, it's about the money the kids don't get. They see the lifestyle change and they see the change in us as people.
Yep.
And that's what they're drawn to. And it's the same thing with your business. I promise you guys, if you're not at where you want to be right now, which none of us are, would you all agree with me in the Zoom chat? Not one of us right now are where we want to be. Even Brittany and myself, $1 million earners, we are not where we want to be.
Yep.
And it's crazy because if you think about that, it will never change. But remember, you are right where you're supposed to be. You are all you need, and you are more than enough. It's not about some kind of stupid accolade or some kind of a Zoom setup or thing on the wall behind you or how much money you got in the bank. It's about the person you become, and along the way, and the person sitting across from that person on a Zoom appointment. People are drawn to people with a vision. So I'm excited for you guys. I gotta go. We got a ton of stuff. We got Christy, the mad woman Wandry in our house right now. She's actually doing her makeup in the room. I tried to get her on. She was not having it at all. Okay, so Christy's over here. Tons of fun stuff. We got all the good stuff going on tomorrow. You guys don't miss another event. If you haven't, if you're not going to be here in April, I was talking to my girl Olivia on the Yellow Couch Twins this morning. If you're not going to be here in April, you make damn sure you're at convention. No matter what. And I will put out today, Noah, I'll put out the October dates.
Nice.
And I want y'all, some of you guys that are still slaving for the man or have spouses, Zoom user Gary slaving to the man. I want you guys to put in the time right now for October, because that's the next big event and we're going to have some crazy stuff going on. So lots of fun stuff. Did anybody see the video I posted in the Zoom chat? Did anybody, or on Wolfpack? Nobody guessed, like 2 people guessed. What's the guesses for the recognition? For anybody put in the Zoom chat, what's the guesses for the recognition? Because you guys didn't know, every thing we do a different thing. Last time it was a speed racing team. Deal or no deal was a good guess. Anybody else? Just Tasha? Just Tasha and Lisa. Everybody says deal or no deal. Nobody else. This, I don't know what that is. I don't know what this is. Jennifer White. God bless. I hope she's not stroking out. Oh, deal. Thought she was having a stroke live in front of us. Lord Jesus. Lord, I believe. Okay. I love Megan and her daughter Cody are yelling at each other. Here, no, pin them. No, pin the Peters. Pin Cody Peters, because I don't think they can hear us. They're like going through it real quick and they're like yelling at each other.
What are you guys yelling about?
What are you
Oh,
guys
we're
yelling at
trying
each
to
other
figure
about?
out. We're sitting in our downstairs to come get breakfast. So we were trying to figure out what you guys are saying.
Well, can you not hear us?
No, it's too loud. We gotta move.
Oh my God. Are
Maybe
you
like
guys
sharing
here already? You guys excited?
Yes. We're gonna move so we can hear you.